In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the cash sales module. First, click on Sales and Cash Sales. Here, you can see a list of today's cash sales. However, if you would like to search for other entries, you could enter the keywords in the search bar up here. And after you've done so, you can click on Search, and the system will return to you entries that match the keywords you just entered. As for the personalized column over here, if you turn it on, you will be able to enable or disable certain columns in the table, and you can also rearrange them according to the order you like. After you're done, you can just click on Update, and the entries will be updated. Now let's move on to adding a new entry. Click on Add New Item, and as you can see here, you can search for your customer. If the customer is a walk-in customer, we advise you to use the cash sales ID for the customer, which is usually defaulted by the system. Over here, cash sales are value customer. However, if the customer is not walk-in and is a company, you can search for its company, such as XYZ and Jumbo Hut over here. And the information will all be filled in according to the information you already filled in the customer module over here by setting. Now, if there is a vehicle associated with the customer as well, you can search for the vehicle. Let's say ABC over here. And there you go. The vehicle is also filled in. Note that if you would like to add a new customer entry or new vehicle entry, you can do so by just clicking these links, which will redirect you to the customer master page. As for the new vehicle link, clicking on it will bring up this pop-up where you can enter in all information about your new vehicle, such as its number plate, let's say YY123, its model, let's say a Toyota, maybe a model, yours. Or if the model isn't listed here, you can type in the model here as well. You can also type in the case's number, contact person, his or her mobile phone number, and their email address, and click on Save. So when I look it up over here, YY, the new car will appear over here. But for the purpose of this video, I will be using the car that I first set, which is the ABC 1987. Moving on, after you finish filling in everything such as salesman, mileage reminder note, the addresses, contacts, so on and so forth, you can move on down here to the item information, shipping info, and more info. But before we go into more detail, you may have noticed that there's 4 boxes over here which are total outstanding, this month outstanding, credit term or credit limit, and total order. Total outstanding is pretty much the outstanding amount that this customer has. If you want to look at it in more detail, you can click on this number here, and the system will show you all the outstanding detail about this particular customer. And if you want to see all transactions associated with this customer, you can click on History, and the system will show you just that. Moving on is this month's outstanding amount that this customer has, his credit term or credit limit, and the total order in this particular cash sales. Moving on to item information, keep in mind that the yellow boxes are all required fields, which means you must fill them in before you submit the entry. Now let's say I want to sell him a tire, I'll just click on SM2 and look up. And I want to sell him this particular tire, I'll just click on it and it will fill in the information for me according to the information I already filled in over here by the maintain stock module. So all I need to do now is fill in the quantity that I want to sell this customer, let's say 2. And I can change the unit price if I wanted to and give this customer a discount if I wanted to. Add in the employee that's serving this customer, a remark, the account for this item, if the item is free of charge or not, and the location of the item, and click on Add. And just like the customer and vehicle just now, if you want to add a new inventory item, you can just click on New Inventory over here, and the system will redirect you to the Maintain Stock master page. And as for the Resequence item button over here, I'll just add in another item for demonstration purposes. So let's say I do the second one over here, and I give in 2 as well. Press Add. So all the resequence item lets you do is to reorder your item order in this list over here. That's its function. After you're done, you can just turn it off. And over here, the system will calculate for you the total amount of the customer's cash sale. It will also display to you the total item discount, the parts cost price, the service, their payment, the balances, and change. Do remember to also fill in the shipping info such as the ship type, the shipping address, the date, the time, and remarks if you have any. Moving on to the payment information. So let's say the customer already paid by credit card. We will just select his payment information here. We'll select credit card. Let's say he paid with a Visa card. And he paid his full amount, let's say 1,260. And the account that the credit card is paying into. After we're done, we can just add in the payment info if we have any and click on Add. After we do so, we can proceed with adding the online signature if there is any. Just click on this button over here and sign. for the recipient signature and authorized signature. After you're done, just click on save and the reload button over here, and the signatures will appear. So after you've completed everything, you can just click on save, print delivery order, or choose to WhatsApp the customer down here. Keep in mind that to use this function, you must have WhatsApp installed on your computer and you must be logged in. Any of these options will save this entry other than exit. So I'll just click on save. And as you can see, the entry is saved right here. Now, if I wanted to print this particular cash sales, I can just click on print and the system will redirect me to the printing page. I can also print the delivery order over here if I have to. And if I wanted to edit any information about the cash sales, I can just click on this and I can do my editing. After I'm done, I can click on save. Now, what if I wanted to print multiple cash sales at once? Well, I don't need to click them one by one. I can just tick them over here by these boxes and click on print cash sales to batch print them. Another thing you may have noticed is the copy function over here and the colored boxes. Well, I'm going to start with the copy function over here. Basically, what it does is just create a new cash sales with exactly the same information as the cash sales you just copied, so that it's easier for you to do editing for another customer with a similar order or the same customer with a different order. Click on exit, and over here we'll be moving on to the colored boxes. So for the blue colored box, it essentially means that the item sold here in this cash sales is discounted. So as you can see here, there's a 20 ringgit discount. So that is why the blue box is filled. Now what about the yellow one? Yellow one basically means an item is free of charge. As you can see here, it costs 0 ringgit and it is free of charge. So the yellow box will appear. So what if there are items that are both discounted and free of charge in a single cash sales? Well, both of the boxes will be filled. Last but not least, each number over here represents different counts. So for count 6, it represents the number of cash sales in this list. For total, it is the total amount of the cash sales in this list, while outstanding is the total amount of balance in this list. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.